Hey guys, Neely here. Today is Thursday, but it is Wellness Wednesday because this is the day that I could get my video in for Wellness Wednesday. Yesterday was the first of the month, same as last month, 2 months in a row. The first of the month has been on a Wednesday, and so I did my first of the month grocery shopping yesterday. And that's why I didn't have a chance to get my Wellness Wednesday done. So I am doing it a day late. So just real quick, my weight and my measurements were almost exactly the same, just hanging out between 153 and 155. That's where my body is wanting to stay right now. And it's totally crazy. I mean, I've been eating maintenance, like I've been eating like my family does. A lot more of the family meals that I make for them, I've been participating in. I've been eating all kinds of crossovers. That's from THM. If you're a THMer, you know what that means. Just carbs and fat together in the same meal. Just maintenance food, basically. And I have been maintaining, so things are fine. I didn't have a whole lot to talk about since I don't have any kind of results or anything to share with you guys just the same. But I did want to talk real quick about the idea of patience when it comes to weight loss. And this is something that I have slowly been learning and kind of gradually getting better at over the last several years. There have been seasons in my life where I really struggled with desperation as far as weight loss goes, and just feeling like I have to get this weight off right now, like it was a life or death kind of feeling, almost. And I would, if I wasn't on any kind of diet, like any kind of restriction that was going to cause me to lose weight, I would feel like I had to get on one immediately. And so I would kind of swing back and forth between extremes where if I was on a diet, I was doing something really, really strict. And then when I was off a diet, I was like going totally out of control just because I felt like I had to be on a diet. So if I was off a diet, I was in this really bad place. And when I'm in this really bad place, I'm thinking I need to get back into this strict place. And if I'm going back to this really strict place, I need to make the most of not being in that strict place right now, which means eating all the food in the house. And I feel like I've gradually gotten better at being in that in-between place where I'm not actively losing weight and actively, I don't like to say restricting, but it is restricting to a degree, like restricting the types of food I eat, or strategically choosing foods that help me lose weight, but then also not allowing myself to go into that crazy world of eat everything you can in these last moments before famine strikes again, because my body's like, hey, a famine is about to come. I know that. I know you've been having those thoughts about this famine that's coming. So we've got to go ahead and stock up and get every possible calorie stored in our bodies for that inevitable famine. So I have been getting better at being in that in-between place where I am just maintaining and just eating rationally, eating moderately, however, whatever you want to describe it. It's definitely taken practice. This is not something that I just stumbled into and started doing. I've had to really intentionally tell myself to slow down. And I still struggle with it. Like, it's getting better. It's definitely, I mean, it's way better than it used to be. I don't go in those extremes anymore, but I still have the thoughts occasionally because I have struggled with it before. I will still, like in this time right now where I'm not actively losing weight and not actively making those strategic choices, my brain will go, oh no, I gotta get on a diet. What diet am I gonna start tomorrow? And then I just have to remind myself, I'm like, no, I'm fine. Like, I'm not gaining weight. I'm eating healthy food. Just because I'm not losing weight doesn't mean I'm in a bad place. It used to be that I was either losing weight or I was gaining weight. And so when I'm not in that losing weight phase, my brain is like, you must be gaining weight. You need to get on a diet immediately. Every time that happens, I just have to remind myself, no, everything's good. You're just smooth sailing. Everything's fine. If you want to try to lose weight, later on, that's totally fine. And I found that it passes pretty quickly. Like I'll have the thought pop into my head and then I'll be like, no, that's not true. I don't have to get on a diet. I'm fine. And then I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm fine. And then I go, eat my next meal that's a decadent crossover. And I'm like, oh, I'm good. I'm good. So, anyways, all that to say is I just wanted to encourage you guys if you're struggling in that world of all or nothing or depriving and binging, there is hope, and it just takes practice and time and just reminding yourself every time that those thoughts come in that, no, that's not true, actually. Sometimes that's all it takes, just speaking the truth. Like, no, I'm fine. And then you kind of get out of that emotional reaction. I definitely have picked a lot of diets and a lot of plans out of an emotional reaction where you get like, oh my gosh, I'm gaining weight, or I have a ton of weight on me. I have to lose it right now. And then pick the next diet that you see, and it's totally emotion driven. And I feel like once I speak the truth to myself and like tell myself to slow down, then I can actually sit back and relax and rationally look at what is the best choice for an eating plan, what will serve my body, and also what is my body ready for. I've definitely jumped into a lot of diets where my body was not ready and they crashed and burned really fast, and they probably weren't even bad diets. It's just that my body wasn't ready for it, and mentally I wasn't ready for it. And because I was driven by emotions, I wasn't able to like sit back and look at my body and be like, oh, well, actually, this is not a good time for me to start this plan or whatever it was. So anyways, that is where I'm at right now. I am in that in between. I do still want to lose a few pounds. I'm getting close to goal. Like I'm in a size 6 jeans, like size 6 to size 8. But my size 6, I only have one pair of size 6s and they fit great. And I wear my size 8s because I have a lot of those, but they are fairly baggy. I think I could be a solid size 6 if I went out and bought a whole bunch of them. But size 6 jeans, medium tops for the most part. Like I feel like I'm in a really good place, and I just am kind of experimenting with my diet and like listening to my body and just seeing if my body wants to go lower. I would love to get a little lower. I was a size 4 at one point in my life for a very fleeting moment, and I really liked that size. So I'm just kind of waiting. I'm not going to push my body into anything it doesn't want to do. And I'm going to continue to speak to myself about urgency and reminding myself that there is no urgency, and that I can take time and wait until the right time and until what's right for my body. Because if I do lose weight, I want to do it in a way that makes my body healthier and not a way that makes my body less healthy. And that takes time. And that doesn't usually come through those diets that I've picked through emotion rather than through logic and like reality, like knowing in reality what my body needs and so forth. So anyway, that's all I have for you today. I hope you guys are all doing great, and I will be back again next week for another Wellness Wednesday and with some other videos in between. And I'll talk to you again soon. Bye, guys.